Hi, this is Leonard Smith from Sense Memory, and tonight we're starting off our cocktail for Friday night and a review with a classic from the 1930s called a zombie. It was created by Don the Beachcomber in Hollywood at the famous Don the Beachcomber restaurant and bar, and made a big splash in the 1939 World's Fair. What goes into it is one, let's see like this, is 1 ounce of white rum, 1 ounce of gold rum, 1 ounce of dark rum, 3/4 of an ounce of papaya juice, 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice, and the juice of a fresh lemon. And then what you do is you put in the garnish on top there, which is a pineapple, and you can add a cherry if you like. Then you top it off with a little bit of 150 proof rum, float it right on top, just the top. And that's how you make a zombie. By the way, this rum is called red rum, and from the back, well, I don't think you can see it, but it says murder. So without further ado, let's have our cocktail and our review. Cheers. Boy, is that powerful. I forgot to mention, there were so many ingredients in my zombie that I left one out. So you don't want to forget to add 3/4 of an ounce of either cherry, peach, or apricot brandy. So it really is, as I said, a very powerful drink. And Don the Beachcomber, not Don the Beachcomber, but Trader Vic, who was a restaurateur here in San Francisco in the 40s and 50s, said it was a really strong drink, and he didn't know how anyone could drink it, but they were very popular at his bar also. And the rumor is that it was also created to help with hangovers, because it would obliterate any memory of any hangover and anything else in the last 24 hours. So cheers. Well, before I get obliterated, let's go on with the review. I'm going to be doing 2 perfume samples, and they're both independent or niche perfumers. I would like to say independent as opposed to niche, because they're new, pretty new, at least new to me, and pretty exciting, both houses. The first one is Sine Intoxicants, and Sine is located in Los Angeles. She was born in Japan, but has relocated in the hills above Los Angeles. And so what we're going to be smelling is her perfume for men called Bonnie Billy from 2012. I'm going to read what she says on her website. In it, Bonnie Billy, underneath the bouquet of the bouclat, on a warm Egyptian jasmine tobacco night, rocks the ancient aromatic rhythm of the Assam oud. Relish in this mystical swirling dance. It will light up all who surround you. It was made in collaboration with the artist and musician who is known as Bonnie Prince Billy. So let's take a look at this. It is the notes in Bonnie Billy are Assam oud, Egyptian jasmine, French mimosa, and tobacco. Now, Sine sent this to me. I got to meet her at Tiger Lily at an event, a very special event, and she's a charming, wonderful woman, and has other perfumes as well as this. And I'll put a link down below to her website. But this is the masculine one, and this is the one that she sent to me. She thought I would like the best. So, right off the bat, you get a kind of petroleum kind of oud. It's very rich in a kind of, not gasoline, but kind of raw petroleum feel. It's very exotic, very unique, very challenging, I would say, for a lot of people to wear. I can appreciate the great beauty and the artistry that goes into this perfume. Let me smell where I put it on earlier. As it dries down, it is less challenging and becomes more attuned to my skin at least, and it's more approachable than off the bat. When you first, at least for me, when I first spray it, it's a bit overwhelming. But the dry down is nice. It really is nice. And what comes up in the dry down, that petroleum feeling goes away, and you get the jasmine and the mimosa. And it really does become a much more beautiful and wearable scent in the dry down. So there we have a really interesting and exciting presentation from Cine Intoxicants. Now, on to my next perfume review, and this is something that is really special. This perfume is by the San Francisco perfumer Bruno Fazzolari. He's a painter and a perfumer. Began as a painter and still paints, still does beautiful, beautiful work. But through his painting, he says he's always had a very sensitive and strong sense of smell, and that just kind of led him into perfume. And his perfume, which I've reviewed before, and I'll put a link down below, Delà, which is one of my favorites of his first launch. He has come out with a new version of Delà, a limited edition, and with it he has created this beautiful, gorgeous lithograph. And there you see it says Delà, and it is Delà Narcisse de Montagnes. And he was really sweet to send this along to me. It's an original lithograph, and it's number 15 out of 100. So this is a really beautiful thing to have, and I still haven't gotten it framed, but I'm going to be working on that. So on to the perfume. You can see how he married this particular perfume with his art, and that's really exciting to me. A little bit about Bruno. He is a painter, as I said, and makes perfumes, and he also writes articles for several online print publications. He is represented by Jancard Jones Gallery in Los Angeles. He also has works that have been included in the M.H. de Young Museum here in San Francisco and the Katona Museum of Art in New York, as well as he's part of the permanent collection at the Berkeley Art Museum. Delà is French for the beyond, and it is a scent inspired by the music of the French mystical composer named by the name of Olivier Messiaen. It is for men and for women. Delà has the notes of bergamot, narcissus, jasmine, oak moss, French orange flower, and an imaginary note of eminence and amber. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful scent. I fell in love with the original. Here, I'll spray a fresh one on. But I fell in love with the original when it first came out. And the thing about the original Delà was that it's like the cheapers of the 1950s, and it harkens back to the beautiful way that, for instance, it harkens back to the very similar to the original beauty of, say, Miss Dior and perfumes of that ilk. But it also, especially with the Narcissus, it is round and voluptuous and involving and evocative of really a romantic emotion, almost tragic in a way. There's a bit of sadness in here, and it really is just an amazingly beautiful, beautiful perfume. Bruno has really just created a masterpiece here, and definitely works both for men and for women. but I would have to be honest and say it's a little more challenging for most men than Billy. But it's an amazingly beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And I have to say that this gorgeous Eau de la Narcisse de Montagnes is being presented tomorrow night at Tiger Lily here in San Francisco. So if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, definitely check it out. It will be November the 22nd from 5 till 8 p.m. at Tiger Lily. I'll put a link down below also to the address and phone number for you there. So there we have my take on these two wonderful samples that I was really lucky to get to try out. And so that's about it. Remember, wear what you love and not what they say you should like. This is Lionel Smith saying, I'll see you later.